Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. So today we're going to talk about my experience on my 100-day Amberlynn weight loss challenge. And I know I'm talking really fast. It's just because I'm trying to get through this. I don't want to spend and sit here all day because it's Saturday and my final weigh-in was yesterday. And I'll get to that here in a second. But me and my daughter, we're going to go do some things. So I want to kind of crank this video out so I can get it up to you guys. And, you know, that way it can get out of my life as well. Anyway, so before I get started, people are going to point it out. Stuff on my countertop. You're junking, you're masking, you can't talk about Chantal or Amberlynn, blah, blah, blah. No, honey. This is a humidifier for my bedroom that I brought in here because I have bad allergies. So I brought it in here. There's water in it, and it, like, goes up like that. This is a telephone, my landline. This is a candle holder, and I actually have the candle right here to show you guys that it's not even up. Can you see that? It's still in the plastic. Like, it's just decoration. And then, 2 candle holders. I am sitting on a blanket because, I don't know, I just, wanted to. Anyway, and I have my keychain right there. My keys are right beside me. So, that's all that's out. There's a lamp right here because, I have nice, pretty, beige walls because, I live with a kid. I can't have pure white walls. I mean, I live with a kid. So, we're going to start by talking about pre-Amberlynn, and then we'll talk about now. So, before I started my Amberlynn weight loss challenge, I did consult my doctor, so I would tell anyone. I'm not a, healthcare physician. I'm a healthcare worker. I work in healthcare. I actually work in medical imaging. I am a radiology tech. So, I know a little bit about the science behind it. Actually, I know more than a little bit, but I can't give out medical advice because I'm not a medical doctor or PA or nurse practitioner. So, before you start anything, please consult your doctor, okay? Your healthcare provider, your nurse practitioner, your PA, your doctor, whatever. Please consult them before you do any type of diet, okay? I did. I actually, my regular doctor, she lives in a different town than I stay in. So I actually went to an urgent care and I had my doctor write up a prescription so that I could get my lab work done. So that was back in late March. And, that was back in late March, and what I did was I checked my lipid, my CMP, which is like your kidney functions, your liver functions, your potassium levels, your sodium levels, that kind of stuff, making sure your insides are working right. If you don't know, your lipids are like your cholesterol, your HDL, your LDLs, that kind of stuff. And A1C, which is an overall range of your glucose for either 6 months, 3 months, or a year, depending on what the doctor is looking for. And then your microalbumin, which is the kidney functions from the urine. Okay? So, I'll start with my lipids, and I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. My lipid count was a little bit elevated. I'm not talking like astronomically off the charts. For cholesterol, for instance, the marker should stop at 200. Mine was 209, and that was back in March, and since then it has lowered. All of the other functions were a little elevated, but since then it has lowered because I rechecked myself in June with all the same labs and everything is coming down. For my CMP, which is your body chemistry, the only thing that was a little bit elevated was my liver functioning. So when I talked to my doctor back in March, she was explaining to me that being on birth control for as long as I've been on birth control since I was 18, and I got off when I was 35. So being on it, and I got on it, I got off, I've been on different kinds. I mean, oh my God, you name it, I've tried that type of birth control. Being on it, and I got off when I was 24 through 28 because from the age of 24 I started losing weight, and I didn't have a boyfriend at the time, so I was like, I don't even need it. And I stayed off of it until I met Corey, which was like 2 years later. I got back on birth control, and the one I was on, it didn't work because I just maybe our body chemistry didn't allow it to work. I don't know, but we got pregnant while I was on it. And so I got back on it when I was 28 when I had my daughter, and I was on it from 28 to 35, and whew, you guys, birth control does not do good for me. It makes me gain weight like crazy. I don't know why. It just does. So I got off of it again at the age of 35, and now I'm losing weight again. So I can contribute birth control to being majority of my weight problem. My A1C, like I said, is your overall glucose. I've never had a diabetic problem. However, diabetes runs in my family. High cholesterol runs in my family. Diabetes runs in my family. And heart disease runs in my family. I'm a black woman raised by a black woman. And, you know, those are factors that most African American people have to deal with. So I want to make sure I try my best to beat that problem. And my glucose has never really been high. I think the highest I've been in a fasting state, which fasting means not eating in 8 hours, like when you go to the doctor early that morning, the highest I've ever been is like 101. So my glucose, or my A1C, was approximately 5.6, 5.7. It depends on like which machine it's on and all that kind of stuff. So and I checked it now 3 months later, and I'm down to 5.0, which I don't want to be too low. Like I'm good at the whole like 5.2, 5.3, okay? Because too low, when you get down to the 4s, you really have to watch yourself to be hypoglycemic. And I'm like, that's a whole nother thing I don't want to talk about. And then my blood, and my kidney functioning for my blood was great. I didn't have any problems with my kidneys working properly, so that made me feel good. So I checked myself in March, and I was at an ish level, and at that point I consulted my doctor, and I told her that I wanted to start doing keto, and she advised me to make sure I do clean keto, not dirty keto. And dirty keto would be like lots of cheese, lots of processed fats. Plant-based fats are not included in that, so it'd be like lots of meat, salami, that kind of stuff. And I chose the route of clean keto. It's really strict and really hard. But basically, you're just eating greens and meat. Greens and meat. Greens and meat. And that's what I did. And it worked because all my levels have come down at least 5 to 9 points, which is amazing. But like I said, my glucose, I want to make sure that stays up. I'm not too low, So I have now, 3 months later, incorporated grain back into my diet. I don't eat white bread, white potatoes, or anything like that. It's all colorful grain. So whole grain, sweet potatoes, things like that. So yes, as far as my lab works have gone, I have really changed my lab work. And, I'm going to get into my thoughts of Amber here in a second. So as far as my exercise, when I started doing this back in March, I had always been walking. My job is a constant walk. You're just constantly walking. However, if you're not pushing and exerting yourself, you're going to stay stagnant. I walk all day in my job. I'm always on the go, pushing gurneys and patients and this and that and wheelchairs and helping patients walk because they're unstable or anything like that. So I'm always walking, but I never was losing weight because my diet was terrible. So I started incorporating weights into my diet, which you're probably like, weights into your diet. Yes, diet means my lifestyle change. So I started incorporating weights with my diet. So my diet changed dramatically. Like I said before, I was doing keto. I wasn't measuring my calorie intake. I was just doing pure keto, not knowing what calories I was intaking, and weight was just like falling off. I think though I put my body into a good shock, pulling the bad carbs out, my body went into shock. And now that I'm incorporating pure weights, I do a lot of weight training, squats, deadlifts, bicep, tricep, chest, stuff like that, crunches. My body is like, what the fuck? And now it's shifting again, and I'm changing weight again. With me using a lot of weights in my diet and my lifestyle change, my clothing size has gone down dramatically. So I've lost a substantial amount of weight, but my clothing size has changed crazy amounts. I went from wearing a size 18, 20 to now wearing a comfortable 14, 16 in a matter of 3 months. Y'all, that's crazy. And I did it the good old-fashioned way of diet and exercise. So, food. Like I said at the beginning, From March till about mid-June, I was doing strictly keto. I scratched keto out of my diet. I'm no longer doing keto. I am doing healthy, well-balanced meals with caloric intake incorporated, okay? And so I have, my breakfast will include, I know this sounds weird for some people, but it works for me. I have, because I work out during my lunch break, okay? So I have a chicken breast with a piece of Swiss cheese, which is the lowest of all the cheeses, the lowest caloric and salt and fat and all that stuff. So I'll have Swiss cheese and I'll have egg whites for breakfast. For lunch, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I usually have a Lean Cuisine or I run to Subway because it's like right by my job. Most likely it's Subway. And I will have like my two favorite ones are, and I just get the sandwich, I don't get chips. So I usually get chicken teriyaki or the chicken breast because there's enough meat to satisfy me, and I tell them pack the veggies on, just pack the veggies on, and I get it on the whole grain 9 something, whole wheat, whatever, it's the whole wheat one, and that's what I have. I don't put dressing on it. I will ask them for like mayonnaise because I love mayonnaise. I don't like mustard, blah. So I'll just have it, put mayonnaise in one of the little black containers or whatever, and they put that in there, and I just kind of like dip it, and because I don't want to spread it because I don't know how many calories that is, so I just dip it in there and I eat it that way. And then for dinner, I have kind of whatever my husband will make. He usually makes something really tasty for me. He works on the weekend, so he's home during the weekday, so he'll cook, which is super helpful, and he knows not to have any starches at night. So I pack a ton of like meat and a ton of veggies on my plate, and I eat it, and it's good. And I have between 100 to 164 ounces of water a day, depending on how much time I have on my hands. I make sure to have at least 100 ounces of water a day, but I try to get 164 just because that's what I like for myself. So I have a water jug that I take to work, and I fill it up 5 times, so I get my water intake in, and then I have another 20 ounces for dinner. So what I normally do is I have a cup of water before I eat, I sip on water while I'm eating, and I have a cup of water after I eat, and that fills me up. So, with all that being said, my thoughts to Amber starts with this. Come here. Baby girl, you can do this. And I know I talk about Amber being, you know, a narcissist all the time. But this is something that she can do. And we're not going to be talking about her relationship today. I'm talking about the relationship she has with herself. She, like me, has the choice every day you wake up. Should be grateful for that, but also to actually want to lose the weight. It is a daily, it is a minutely, that's a made up word. It is a minute choice every time I'm going to go to the gym. I have my bag packed the night before. I might not have my lunch packed, but I got my bag packed to hit that gym every freaking day. You know why? Because my lab levels are going down. They're improving. And I don't want them to go up. I don't want to be sick. And I'm not saying that she wants to be sick. Don't get my words twisted. However, I don't want to sit in the complacent place that I was for many years. I got myself off of the medication that was keeping me overweight, and now I'm in a good place. It could be that at some point in my life that I gained weight, and it has nothing to do with medication. But right now that I know that medication, birth control, is causing me to gain weight, I don't want that in my life anymore. Just like we knock out toxic people, you have to knock out toxic meds. And that's a toxic med for me. I don't want that in my life. The other thing that she really needs to realize is that she really needs real therapy. Not friends, not talking to her exes, not talking to her fucking friends or, you know, whatever. A real therapist who's not going to side with you and not going to enable you, but a person who is going to put you in your place, because that is what you need to confront demons. I have another video coming out where I confronted a demon of mine, several demons actually, and I did this around the time that I started losing weight, and you guys, it was so freeing. It's like, like, it felt so good, but she has to want to do that, and as soon as she does, You guys, weight loss comes easier because as soon as you free your mind, your body just comes like in place at the same time. She can lose the weight. I really think that she can. I know that she's going to say, oh, I lost 87 pounds prior. Baby, that weight loss was not, it was manufactured by your body shutting down on itself. Let's get real. Let's get real. During that time, if anybody can recall, she developed a horrible disease that I would not wish on anyone. But that was her body shutting down. It was her body's way of telling her there is something wrong. And that's how she lost the weight. It was not because she was exercising and eating right and exercising. It was none of that. It was because her body was shutting down. And your body is either going to gain weight or lose weight because the homeostasis of it is confused. And it's like, oh my God, something's wrong. Help. I'm trying to help. What's going on? Your body freaks out. So it reacts in a different kind of way. No. But you need to try to lose weight by true exercise and true weight loss. And what you don't need right now is something new in your life. You don't need Weight Watchers. You don't need Jenny Craig. You need to have small meals every single day. Don't weigh them. Just have small meals every single day and try maybe keto. I'm not your doctor. I am a person who wants to see you do better. If I can do it, you can do it. So my final weigh-in, which was yesterday, I lost a total of 30.1 pounds. But I lost, honestly, 4 dress sizes. And I first of all want to say thank you to Amber. And I know everybody's like, everybody always thanks Amber for, them losing weight, but she never loses weight. She made the choice to make that 100-day post. And I made the choice to follow the 100-day post, and I lost weight in the process. 30 pounds is a lot. That's a 4-year-old. Like, all reality. My daughter weighs, like, 54 pounds. And that's my next goal, is to lose the amount of weight of her size. She's at a great range in her life. She's doing great. And, Amber, you can do it. But you have to want to do it. It's willpower. You have to want to do it. If all reality, at the weight that Amber's at in 6 months, if she really tried and really stuck to a great diet and a great exercise regimen every single day, not every single day, 4 days a week, what y'all want to bet that she could lose 100 pounds in about 6 to 7 months? I bet you she could, because the average fucking person can do it. If the average fucking person can do it, and the average person, let's just say the average fucking person is 250 pounds, a 600-pound woman is going to lose 100 pounds in a fucking, 6 to 7 month range. It's just, the weight's going to fall off because your body's in shock. Now, her problem is that she wants instant gratification because she's what? A narcissist. And as soon as you get out of that whole, oh my God, I'm not losing weight as fastly as I want to, because you're stressed out. You're stressed out. Quit stressing out. I stopped stressing out. My body's going to lose weight whenever it feels like it. No, granted, I'm only losing 70 pounds, but 70 pounds is still a lot of fucking weight to lose. And I got 40 pounds to go. And guess what? I'm going to fucking do it. Here's the thing. Amber can lose the weight. Amber needs to go get her labs done. She needs to start exercising. She needs to find a healthy, well-balanced diet. She needs to find a therapist. And she needs to find people in her life that are not going to enable her. And she's not going to enable either. Because she's enabling people too. And that keeps you in a cycle of motherfucking bullshit. I got people out of my life who are no longer significant in my life during this journey. I only have people in my life who are going to satisfy me getting better. If you're not going to satisfy me getting better, get the fuck on. Step. I'm working on Ashley. She can work on Amber. So, my final thoughts. I'm happy I did it. I'm going to continue my journey. I may not document it here on YouTube because, it is what it is. This is going to be my journey. But if she does a 100-day weight loss journey again, you damn skippy, I'm going to do it again because it was fun. It wasn't stressful because my goal was to lose 25 pounds and I managed to lose an extra 5. And I really honestly wanted to lose 35, but damn, y'all, 30 pounds is a fucking lot of weight to lose. It ain't a little bit amount of weight. So with that, I'm going to go because they're having fun. They're getting ready to hang out tonight. So my daughter and my husband, he actually took off today, so we're going to go hang out. And they're getting ready. They're playing and doing all kind of stuff. So I'm going to check out. I will see you guys in my next video. I do have a couple story times coming up because I just wanted to kind of like talk and reiterate some feelings I have about certain people. Other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.